Agriculture is described as the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and raising livestock. It encompasses the preparation of plant and animal products for people to use and their distribution to markets. Agriculture impacts society on several fronts, including supporting livelihoods and building strong economies through trades. In Nigeria, Ogun State, southwest of the country, is becoming the food hub of the nation, and a true definition of the land is green. Blessed with 12,000 square kilometers of arable land and a leadership deeply committed to harnessing the potential of the state, remarkable successes have been recorded in the entire agro-spectrum and value chain. Today, Ogun State ranks head and shoulders above others in the cultivation and production of cassava, rice, cocoa, broiler, eggs, fish, and much more. All thanks to the deliberate and methodic approach and policies of Prince Dapo Abiodun, which have resulted in pushing the boundaries of individual prosperity for so many farmers, both young and old, who now have access to developmental financing, quality seedlings, training for enhanced yields and productivity, as well as linkages to off-takers of their products.
In our vision, we said we'll bring in investors. It will lead to the economic upliftment of the state. We believe that when the state is economically uplifted, when there's socio-economic development in the state, it will translate into individual prosperity. You know, but that's a lot of talk. How does that translate into what you can feel, touch, and see? People are unemployed. There's poverty across the place. We began to look for policies that will allow us to see individual prosperity. Having appreciated how many people we have that are unemployed. And one of the programs we saw was the Anchor Borrowers program. And what is the Anchor Borrowers program? That program is a program of the CBN, an initiative of the CBN, the Govt-Led CBN as it is today. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Govt because we looked at that program and we said, how do we key into it? And the CBN opens its doors to us. And what does our program do? It allows for we as a state, being an agrarian state, with over 12,000 square kilometers of arable land, to provide land for intending agripreneurs, we call them, those that want to be entrepreneurs in the area of agriculture. We provide them with 1 to 2 hectares of land. We match them with off-takers that will buy whatever it is they grow. This is a bang in line with President Muhammadu Buhari's Grow What You Eat and Eat What You Go program. CBN pays these agripreneurs a stipend every month until harvest. That stipend is backed out of their off-take price. So say, for example, we identify this agripreneur, we give him 1 to 2 hectares of land. That land title we give to him day one. So he goes from being an unemployed person to someone who is now a landowner. So he has a title document. He begins to feel a sense of well-being instantly. Now, we clear that land for him. We match him with a Nestle or a flour mills who probably want to take cassava from him. Nestle flour mills provide him with the cassava shoots to plant. They sign an offtake agreement with him saying, we'll buy this cassava at X naira per kilogram on harvest. We as government provide extension services. This is when to plant, this is how to weed, this is how to harvest. Again, CBN provides that stipend. We've done this successfully. We've become one of the model states in this program. We've created this opportunity to date for almost 50,000 people. 50,000. 50,000 heads of household. Imagine 50,000 people that are heads of households of about 3, 4, 5 persons. They also have hands that they've hired to work with them. The multiplier effect of this is probably about 200,000 people that have benefited directly from this program.
Even in the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, Prince Dapo Abiodun made it a matter of priority to support smallholder farmers with input palliatives. Over 40,000 got planting materials and 10,000 were provided with fertilizers.
I hereby flag off the distribution of 10,000 bags of NPK fertilizer provided by the federal government and operated by OCP Africa for smallholder farmers in Ogun State.
As an administrator par excellence, Prince Dapo Abiodun seeks out every opportunity to support farmers and maintain the ranking of the state in agriculture.
Great farmers are there. Iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀.
He has continued to demonstrate the required commitment to support smallholder farmers cultivating less than 5 hectares to improve their productivity and income on a sustainable basis by leveraging the value chain development approach, which takes care of all the key actors from the farm to the table. This, among others, has helped the farmers build capacity as well as a link to the market.
The government of Ogun State has been able to pay its counterpart fund, which has assisted the program in being able to draw up close to over 2 billion naira in the implementation of the program. This 2 billion naira that has been drawn by the payment of just about 300 million naira by the state government as counterpart fund has assisted us in ensuring that over 16,000 farmers have been linked to improve agricultural input sources, they've been linked to markets, and at the same time, they've also been linked to credit sources. So one of the few things we've been able to do also is to provide infrastructure, such as solar-powered boreholes, which has assisted the processing centers to have access to clean water and then be able to produce their products in a sustainable manner, and also at the same time ensuring that those products meet international standards. Farmers have also been trained and their capacities built when it comes to improved packaging of these products. The niche product of Ogun State in terms of rice, which is ofada rice, is now being packaged and stone-free. Any ofada rice you buy in Ogun State today is stone-free. And the smallholder farmers and processors have been encouraged to package, and the packages are very clean and neat, and which are already being sold in many of the shops and markets across the Federation and even outside of the Federation. What has been the result and the impact of these interventions? At the onset of the program, the average yield of the smallholder farmers we were working with respect to cassava was just a little above 15 metric tons per hectare. Today, we can say convincingly that our farmers are getting between 30 to 35 metric tons of cassava on an hectare. And this has been occasioned by the good agronomic practices training that the farmers have been exposed to.
You know, we are unique as state. We happen to be the largest, one of the largest producers of cassava. Nigeria is the highest producer of cassava in the world. 60 million tons, highest in the world. And Ogun State is one of the leading states producing cassava. That's why 90% of biggest cassava processors, they are playing their game in Ogun State. Allied Atlantic, they are using it for gin, shinap, flour mills is there. The 90% of starch factory using over 100 metric ton of cassava per day, they are in Ogun State. Why are they in Ogun State? Because when those investors, when they come in, they come with their portfolio and money to establish industry. They don't come with their farmers. This is where the governor have gathered young people and say, fine, there's an opportunity, grow for this factory, and then they will buy. What they will do is we build the capacity of those young people and farmers to be able to run a contract with those countries.
Several players in the rice and cassava value chain have keyed into this initiative while enjoying the support of the Ogun State government. Harvest Feed, a starch production outfit, and Afani Premium Resources, a rice producer, are a few examples.
In terms of agriculture, we have over 300 farmers that work for us around here. You know, in Peru, Ikene, Udogbolu, Ogumaki, Ajebo, Owode, you know, and environs, you know, that farm for us, that grow cassava for us. By the way, let me also tell you that a ton of cassava per day, per ton, it sells for about 55,000 naira, between 45 and 55,000 naira per ton. So if a farmer sells 10 tons to you, you can imagine the volume of money. It's a cash business. They collect the money before you take the cassava away. And here, we consume 350 tons every day. So if you multiply that at 45,000, that's the volume of cash that go into the farmer's hand daily.
Concerning the impact of the state, I will be grateful to some specific people in the Ministry of Agriculture. Since their first visit here, we've seen traction, we've seen moves and a lot of promises. I'm aware of the Arise Fund, which we were told that we've been penciled down. There's also AFDB fund that is being processed. So I know a lot is happening in this space. We're looking forward to when they would crystallize and we'll be able to increase our capacity so that we can employ more people and be able to impact our community more and more. We have just started, we have not even scratched the surface, considering a nation of over 200 million people, rice being a staple food. The FAO mandates or statistics that I saw said 82% of Nigerians have rice as a staple food. And if you do that, that's a lot of numbers. So we can see increase, we can see expansion, we can see more customers, and we want to do more. And we want also the community to feel that we are here. Because the meaning of our name, Amfani, actually means benefit. So we want to be beneficial to the community, to the state, and everybody at large.
This is a promise-keeping administration.
We will continue to serve you. We will only make promises that we intend to keep. We're a promise-keeping administration.
Continue to find us worthy, ready, and willing partners.
While the COVID-19 pandemic was a deathbed for many businesses and economies of the world. It became a soil from which one of the most successful initiatives of the government sprouted, the Ogun Broiler project.
Today, by the grace of God, we completed the third cycle of this 54,000 in each cycle broiler project, making a total of 162,000 birds that you have raised in this 18-week period. You've now graduated as men and women that are well trained in nurturing broilers successfully. You are now going to go out there. We're going to work with you. We're going to empower you. Some of you will go on to own your own broiler pens. The state government will facilitate that. We are going to have these projects in each of the 20 local governments across the state. Some of you, whilst running your own broiler projects, you also become our trainers. You are now going to be training others and showing them what you learned during the course of your program.
These broilers ambassadors, empowered by the Dapo Abiodun administration, have become economically independent, managing several farms in the state with the skills acquired from their training. They have become champions, surmounting daily challenges.
Good afternoon. My name is Amafeomolara Adeyinka, a graduate of University of Education, Winneba, Ghana. I'm an accounting student, but due to unemployment in Nigeria, I got an opportunity to be one of the Ogun State Broiler project in 2019 to 2020, in which I've acquired trainings, and after the trainings, I was able to gain more knowledge, because I don't really have more knowledge about this broiler project. But after the program, I was able to employ people to work with me, because we have been able to manage 54,000 birds during the project. I want to use this opportunity to thank our able governor, Prince Dapo Abiodun, for a job well done so far, because if not for him that pilots the project, we wouldn't have gone this far in this business. So I'm using this opportunity to say thank you once again, our able governor.
I really benefited from Ogun Broiler in so many ways, because after leaving school there was no job, so I just heard about the program without knowing anybody, so I had to just enroll for it. So luckily for me, I was picked as one of the beneficiaries to go for the program of Ogun State Broiler. And after finishing the kind of projects for some time, I noticed I've been able to handle more than what I learned there, because ever since then I've been able to manage a farm of 3,000, 50,000 birds everywhere. And right now, presently in my farm, I'm managing about 300 birds, and I've got to know many things about them, even how to treat them, how to take care of birds when they are sick, because it was about about 9 or 6 pens, 6 to be precise. So we had different kind of diseases, so now I can treat about 15 diseases of any kind of bird.
Ogun State is the leading producer of catfish and tilapia, with some of the biggest farms spread across the state. With the support of the government, it has become a steady source of income to the farmers, supplying fresh fish to the consumers.
In fact, we should thank the government. They have been cooperative and supportive since beginning of this project. So the governor himself has visited our farm twice, and the Department of Fisheries has been very helpful. So they visit once in a while and ask us our challenges, try to help us to sort out those issues. So they are very cooperative.
Cocoa farmers across the state are also not left out of these many initiatives of the government. Today, they enjoy the provision of improved seedlings and technical support.
Great farmers! Great farmers! On behalf of our governor, Prince Dr. Dapo Abiodun, Governor of the Year in Agriculture, 2020-2021, we are giving this improved cocoa seedling, cocoa that will mature in 1.5 years, 10,000 to the cooperative cocoa farmer in Italy. Ẹdúpẹ́lẹ́ gómìnà.
Adúpẹ́lọ́wọ́ gómìnà ọmọọba Dàpọ̀ Abíọ́dún. Ọlọ́run á ràn wọ́n lọ́wọ́ o torí pé bí wọ́n ṣe fún wa lọ́dún tó kọjá náà ni a dẹ̀ mọ rírì wọn. Ọlọ́run á bá wa mọ̀ fún wọn o. Ìjọba wo ò ní dàrú o. Wọ́n á tún tún mí ṣe o. Wọ́n ní pírẹ́sidẹ́ǹtì Nàìjíríà. Gbogbo obìnrin ìjàmbá wà lẹ́yìn wọn o.
Gómìnà dáadáa ni gómìnà wa. Gómìnà dáadáa ni gómìnà wa. Ó ṣe wá dáadáa, ó hùwà dáadáa sí wa. Gómìnà dáadáa ni gómìnà wa.
Here today, we are going to be distributing 4,000 seedlings to the people here. But our target is 100,000. So, if this is exhausted, let us know through your representative. We're able to provide more. My advice is that you take care of this seedling. It will mature in only 1.5 years. So we can make good cocoa farmers out of our youth. So the government will be happy if we are here again in another 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and we'll see people, young people prospering, proud cocoa farmers who have improved their life and life of others. So this is not going to stop this year. Throughout the 8-year tenure of Mr. Governor, we continue to do this every year. Thank you very much.
Within the last 3 years, Prince Dapo Abiodun has sustained this strength.
You people that really come here to help us with this thing, may God bless all of you. Our excellent governor, Dapo, Omogidi, Olabadure, he will get better and he is going to win the election again for the second time. God will help him and help all the commissioners and the chairmen in the 20 local government of Ogun State. He will be successful. We must vote. Everybody will vote for him. And we pray all the children and the family, God will bless them and bless all of our family also.
It's been phenomenal. He's been finding new ways of doing agribusinesses. For those who have been following his TV programs and his programs online, you can see so many developments, so many new techniques of doing agribusiness that he has brought to Ogun State. And this is just one of it. This is just one of it. I've been to his program so many times, and I can say that God bless you, sir. God has given you as a gift to Ogun State, and God will keep you, sir. That's to the commissioner.
The innovative and forward-thinking strides of Prince Dapo Abiodun already positioned the state to take on a leading role in the African Development Bank Special Agro-Processing Zone project.
24 states, mark you, bidded for Special Agro-Processing Zone of everyday. 24. And the mission, African Development Mission, went around, and when they got to Ogun State, they already found an airport, a cargo airport. So it's like we've scored half of the mark. So when the results came out, we were on top, because the agro-cargo airport, facilitated by His Excellency, is going to be commissioned this year. And people are already asking for our land to grow here so that they can also export here. Value-added products. We want to make Ogun State a center where we can handle large order. There are problems around the world on where to get enough cassava chips, enough sesame, because of the challenge of COVID. Some people have closed their border. People can't grow, etc. Because of that challenge, there is urgent need for large volume of products. So we have the land, one of the largest in Africa, arable land that have not been used, 1.4 5 million arable land, 80% still available for use. So we welcome investors because we have farmers, smart farmers, that can handle production. But what we are doing best is value chain coordination so that we can coordinate young people.
A long list of several other projects such as Care, OG Step and Animal Care have made remarkable impression on agriculture in the state. Yet there is more where those came from.
I take my promises very seriously. I do not promise to do everything. I cannot. But anything I promise, that promise will be kept.
Roads are getting constructed daily, connecting people, communities, farms and marketplaces. This is a sure way of promoting individual prosperity and building the future together. The journey continues.
This is a promise-keeping administration.
We will continue to serve you. We will only make promises that we intend to keep. We're a promise-keeping administration.
You will continue to find us worthy, ready, and willing partners.